Missed Thursday's show? Here's the recap, presented by Honda.
Prior to the season, you said this Lakers team is not a playoff team.
The whole thing I was saying was that they don't have any shooters. I do think it's about the talent that you have around them, and I think that if you win one championship in 4 years, that's the story. So this year really doesn't matter. If it were me, I'd tell him to shut it down right now. If you want to see him win a championship, why wouldn't you rest him? He's never had rest in the last 9 years. What if he has to work harder this year than he's had to work to get to any final, and they get the 8th seed and lose in 4 games? You happy with that?
This is fantastic. Chris Webber here on the Rich Eisen Show.
No, I'm getting killed on all the Twitterverse I know.
That's
you just hate the Lakers. You don't want them. I may hate the Lakers, but I'm just being honest with what I'm saying.
Let's get into the Hall of Fame class.
You know what? I thought all 4 players that we elected were great stories in their own right. Mariano, I understand that Willie Mays and Babe Ruth and Ken Griffey and probably a dozen other guys should have been unanimous before him, but the gap between him and whoever you think is the second best closer of all time is so wide. It might be wider than at any other position in baseball or in sports. So it was impossible for anybody to find a reason not to vote for Mariano Rivera. And thank God we put an end to the dopiest tradition in sports.
I've got Super Bowl news on Run Rich Run. Next weekend, on my NFL Network schedule, on Saturday at the NFL Experience, I will be running the 40-yard dash with Usain Bolt. Hey, Usain, there's no blocks here. Boy, if I had blocks, I'd be breaking 6 seconds like nothing. And then when I finish, I give give the old arrow, bow and arrow.
Yeah.
How do you like me now? The clash of the Cleveland Browns, how Hugh Jackson, Jimmy Haslam, and Baker Mayfield collided.
You see the team on the field this year, they were going to overtime almost half of their games during the first part of the season, so they were playing hard for Hugh. And yet you saw Hugh talking about how he had to take more control of the offense with Haley. Baker wasn't playing well, so then they lose to the Steelers. The Monday after the game, John Dorsey and owner Jimmy Haslam come into Hugh Jackson's office and they tell him they're going to go in a different direction because the team has quit on you. And that, I'm told, very much upset Hugh because, again, they had gone to overtime and were very close to having a really good record at that point. And he told them to get the F out of his office.
Marv told me to tell you hi. I think he did just show a little while ago.
He did. He called in.
I do his imitations of him when he's not around, especially because he hates it. And so.
Oh, he does?
Oh, yes. He hates it. He hates it. But how about this? Chuck D told me that he got his rhyme style from listening to Marv Albert. He's like, oh, Chuck D of Public Enemy fame. I'm like, yeah, Marv, he's the man.
He didn't think Chuck D was Chuck Daly. He really knew that Chuck D.
He really knew Chuck D.
I influenced Chuck Daly's defensive wizardry.
Exactly.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.